Hi and welcome. Over the coming weeks, I'd like to invite you on a journey that I believe is at the heart of emotional well-being, healthy relationships and lasting personal change. It's a journey into the most important relationship you will ever have, and that's the relationship with yourself. Now that might sound a little strange. After all, we usually think of relationships as something we have with other people, our partner, our children, our family, our friends. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself this question? What is my relationship with me actually like? Is it kind? Is it patient? Is it encouraging? Or is it full of criticism, doubt, pressure, or unrealistic expectations? Because whether we realize it or not, every single day we are in conversation with ourselves. We interpret our experiences, we judge ourselves, we comfort ourselves, or perhaps we don't. We encourage ourselves, or we hold ourselves back. The quality of that relationship quietly shapes the quality of our entire life. It influences our confidence, our self-esteem, our anxiety, our ability to trust, our boundaries, our decisions, our resilience, and even the relationships we build with other people. In my work as a therapist and identity coach, I've come to believe that many of the struggles people experience are not because something is wrong with them. They're because they've never been taught how to build a healthy relationship with themselves. Many of us grew up learning how to please other people, how to avoid conflict, how to work hard, how to perform, how to fit in. But very few of us were taught how to understand ourselves, how to care for ourselves, how to listen to ourselves, or how to become someone we genuinely enjoy living with. Instead, many people carry an inner voice that constantly tells them they're not good enough, that they should be doing more, working harder, trying harder, being different, looking different, or feeling different. For some people, that voice becomes so familiar that they mistake it for the truth. But it isn't the truth. It's simply a learned way of relating to yourself. And like every relationship, it can change. That's what this series is about, not becoming a different person, not becoming more deeply connected with the person you've always been. You see, therapy isn't simply about talking through your past. Talking can certainly bring relief. It helps us understand ourselves and make sense of our story. But understanding alone doesn't create lasting change. Real change happens when you begin to change the relationship we have with ourselves. When we stop relating to ourselves through criticism and start relating through curiosity, when we stop abandoning ourselves emotionally and begin standing alongside ourselves with empathy, compassion, honesty and courage. I often describe this as becoming the kind of person to yourself that every child deserved to have growing up. Someone who listens, someone who understands, someone who comforts, soothes, someone who protects, someone who encourages, someone who believes in you. That doesn't mean becoming self-centered. It doesn't mean putting yourself above everyone else. In fact, I would argue exactly the opposite. The healthier your relationship with yourself becomes, the healthier your relationships with everyone else become too. Because people who know themselves don't need to pretend. People who value themselves don't need constant approval. People who trust themselves make better decisions. People who care for themselves are far better able to care genuinely for others. Your relationship with yourself becomes the bedrock upon which every other relationship is built. Throughout this series, we're going to explore exactly how to strengthen that foundation. We'll discover how to get to know yourself rather than simply living on autopilot. We'll explore how to listen to your emotional world instead of pushing it away. We'll talk about rebuilding trust in yourself after years of self-doubt. We'll learn how to challenge your inner critic instead of automatically believing everything it says. We'll discover why self-compassion isn't weakness, but emotional strength. We'll explore healthy boundaries that allow both you and other people to know exactly where you begin and where you end. We'll talk about your values, your purpose, your authenticity, and the confidence that naturally grows when you become comfortable just being yourself. Ultimately, this series is about becoming your own secure base in life, because confidence doesn't come from being perfect. Confidence comes from knowing that whatever life throws at you, and it will, you won't abandon yourself. You'll stay with yourself. You'll listen, you'll learn, you'll recover, and you'll keep moving forward. If you've spent years looking outside yourself for reassurance, if you've spent years trying to become enough for everyone else, or if you simply lost sight of who you really are, then I know this series will help you become home to yourself. Because I genuinely believe that the strongest, safest and most authentic relationship you will ever build isn't with another person, it's the one you build with yourself. Thanks for joining me today. In our next video, we'll begin with the first step of that journey. How do you actually get to know yourself? I look forward to seeing you then.